Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today is the last paper and I'm very pleased to do this final prep series with you. And it's been a long time that I did this, but it was certain personal reasons and reasons known to you, my dear one, that we are supposed to do this. So without further ado, let's start with cost accounting. The course mainly was divided into two parts. That's from the beginning of the semester. If you realize, is that the cost aspect and the accounting aspect. But if last semester like this, we did more of the cost aspects, but this is more of the management decisions. And this course is practically break down to two scopes. Anything that we are going to treat in consequent classes is going to be in two scopes. So you realize that everything has another side to it, but they are all congruent. At the end of the day, we come to a settling point. So the first one is the overview of the slides. Overview of the slides that we learned in class, the theory, the concept. The second part we are going to do is about the past questions. We are going to discuss how to solve them practically and how you can do them on your own. Lastly, we'll also be talking about examination techniques, tips and tricks to write the examination. It's at 3 p.m. So let's start with the first one. Yes, so a word of prayer. Dear Lord, as we are about to study together, as we are about to have this final online prep, anyone who has joined online be blessed by your almighty hands. We say thank you for your knowledge and understanding and your gift of the Holy Spirit to remind us. As you're about to also start, let's bear in mind you can take your pen and paper. As usual, I'll give you a formula sheet at the end. So let's stay tuned. Yeah, so the overview of cost accounting. Slide 1 or lecture 1 started with what cost accounting meant, what management accounting referred to. So we'll learn that cost accounting is the process of identifying cost to make informed users find relevant information and to make informed judgment. These judgments indeed which goods are cost both which are non-efficient and other related cost issues. So slide 1 and slide 2 are covering that aspect. Then the slide 3, which covers most of what we call the relevant cost. We have what we call relevant cost, and when it comes to relevant, there are certain strategies and keys. These are what we are going to use for the follow-up ones. So the first relevant cost, you need to identify the process. You need to identify the certain type of cost. It depends on their timing. Okay, it also needs the steps. Okay, the steps that are involved in this relevant cost. And the time, when I talk about timing, is it the short term, medium term, or the long term? But for the purposes of this course, we're looking at the short term and the long term. So with the short term, relevant cost, we have a lot of examples which will be shown in the slides. This is a brief overview, just 10 minutes to brush everything, all the 6 slides. Yes, they'll also be looking at certain key terms. So you have to know the examples of relevant cost in the short term and in the long term. You have to know the notes, which you have the sunk costs, which are not relevant costs, but they are already incurred. You have to know that as well. Secondly, also be looking at key examples. Example is mini plast, special orders. They are what we call special orders, make or buy, and they are just by the names. You don't need to quote think far about how to define it. When it says special order, it just has its name. It's a special order. Order is a quantity of goods which is ordered by a customer or by a customer's request. So special order is by a company or an individual requesting for a specified number of products at a particular time. So for example, I used to work back in 2016 as Miniplast. We used to produce specialized paint buckets for Azar. It's a specialized contract. That's a special order. That's a form of special order. Hope you understand. Yes, I know I'm going too fast, but this is the 11th hour series. We don't have time on our hands. We have to discuss the necessary ones. So let's continue. Then we're also looking at the make and buy decisions and certain acronyms. I call certain things FDP. And also we're looking at the flow. The flow that is from the slide 2, slide 3. And at the end of the day, slide 6, we talk about non-financial indicators. Yes, so we are still on the overview. It's more of theoretical understanding the line, the thin line between management, costing, and the actual method. So at the end of the day, I asked myself, this course is the most interesting because compared to the other courses that we've done so far, none can be measured and compared with this. Because the idea of cost is everything. Sometimes we look at revenue as the most important, sales, figures, movement and all. But when you do your production cost and loads and it falls more than 70%, it's a red alert, or popularly known as a red flag. Yes, it's a red flag. So the cost account to make you aware of the necessary red flags which are in management. Like I said, this is an examination prep course. So this does an understanding. It's for understanding as well, but it's tailored towards exams. So let's get into the slides. Let's make our hands dirty. But stay tuned. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like you know, so it's live. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Sorry we couldn't make it on Zoom. So let's continue. Thank you.